Hello good people, it's been another week or so since I made a video. Couple of colds and flus type things moving through my house, so I kind of set everyone back for a few days. You know how it goes, the winter comes, everybody steps indoors. We're all on buses and you know, around a lot of people, so unfortunately that's just the way it goes this time of year. What was I going to talk about? Yeah, I sometimes watch Mary Spender's videos. I find her to be quite intelligent and makes really interesting content about music. Sometimes playing, sometimes instruments, sometimes other facets of being a musician. Excuse me. And she recently made a video where she complained actually about the amount of money that she made from her creative music videos. I think, you know, she added up all of the revenue, the ad revenue from all of her homemade creative videos and performances of her own music, and it came to something like £72. And then she measured the percentage of traffic that comes to her site in terms of the type of video she makes, and of course the creative videos are by far the lowest. And you know, we've been in this territory before. I made the point a couple of years ago now that when it comes to my videos, the videos that have the title of a specific guitar brand and are just basic discussions about that model of guitar, you know, reviews if you like, get me by far and away the most views. Videos like this that are entitled by discussion ideas get me the least. And I have another channel where I do post, where I used to, I haven't done so much lately, but I did post a lot of my own music, including some homemade videos, music videos that I put together with my own music. And the view count is quite paltry. I don't do a lot of work driving people to that site, but it just goes to show, as Mary's point was made well in the video, that people come to YouTube, people still use YouTube primarily for information. It's not to say they don't go there for entertainment, they do. However, it's information that makes you hop onto YouTube and start searching for something in particular. You're buying a guitar, you're buying a watch, you're buying a pair of shoes. You put it in the search field and you find videos on that particular subject, and you watch other people's experiences because you want some kind of inkling as to what it's like to own or be able to use that item, what the quality is and all that, experiences with other people. You know, people interested in buying something, particularly in the guitar world, you know, you go search out videos of other people who've done the same, and watch them play, watch them talk about them, watch them show them on camera, see the mods they've done, all that sort of stuff. Sometimes it'll be amplifiers, sometimes it'll be microphones, other gear, but certainly guitar makes and models for sure. People aren't going to really search as much, you know, sort of a topical video. So for instance, this one is going to be titled something like, people go to YouTube for information. People aren't going to put information in the YouTube field and pick this video as readily as they would, say, a Fender or a Gibson titled video. That's just the way it is. And when people do go to YouTube for entertainment, they tend to seek out known artists. Two areas that are very high in search fields and also hits are your big, you know, commercial artists, or even your second, third tier, well-known international acts. It's really hard to drive traffic to your YouTube pages for independent music or for privately produced music or self-produced music. I know people that spend all day, every day, doing social media, trying to drive traffic to their, you know, their new album or their music page on Bandcamp, or even a book they've written or their artwork or something like that. And it's really, really hard. People are less likely to click on something they've never heard of. People are less likely to spend 3 minutes watching a song if it's by somebody new and unheard of. Not everyone's like that. I will do it, and some of you will do it. But in general, people are less likely by a wide margin to click on something like that, or an author that they've never heard of. One way that music gets searched out, where independents do get views, is if it's a specialized video, either musically or instrument-wise. For instance, you know, there was a hammered dulcimer player that had loads of hits when I was watching his videos, and it's because there's not a lot of hammered dulcimer players out there, and he was absolutely brilliant. So somebody types hammered dulcimer in the field, watches a couple of videos, sees that he's, you know, a master of his craft, and then they start binging those videos. You sometimes see that in very specialized fields like early music, lute players, Shinto flute, things like that. If you're doing something different or less popular and you're good at it, there's a chance that you can drive that particular group of interested people to your page. Sometimes music does go viral from independent artists. If it has a catchy title or it's a comedic song that becomes popular and word of mouth sort of gets it going, it can happen. I would say for every song that goes viral from an independent artist, there are probably 5,000 or, I don't know, 3,000, maybe even more, that don't go viral, that maybe even just as good. So there has to be something that sort of captivates the imagination, that gets it going, that gets the views starting to roll. And people really are like sheep. They are like cattle. If you can get sort of a small ball rolling, often people will jump on that train, particularly through the social media chains, through you know, meme posting and things like that. But it's really hard to get to that point. It's really hard to get to that point. I've had a couple of videos that are up in the, I don't know, 60, 70, 80,000 watch field, but they're all brand made. They're all guitar brands that are driving, probably because I am the only one to do reviews of that, or one of a few people to do reviews of that particular brand or make. So a lot of people sort of funneled into watching it. So yeah, it's a really interesting thing, but if you're getting into YouTube, you have to understand the dynamics of how it all works. Not just the algorithm and how YouTube itself works, which is a whole different topic, but the mentality of, the collective mentality of YouTube watchers, viewers, and how it tends to work as a marketplace. So I'm not surprised by Mary's video, even though that she is a very popular YouTuber, hangs around with Rick Beato, gets far more hits than I do. I understand the frustration that she put forth in that particular video about her creative work lagging far behind all the other stuff that she does, and wondering if she should even continue to do so. And I think this gets into the area, the more general philosophical conversation, that you do something for the love of it. You just don't expect, the arts don't pay anymore except for the top 0.001%. You know, for instance, in publishing, for every J.K. Rowling, there are literally thousands, tens of thousands of authors that make 50, 60, 70 pounds a year from their particular publications. So, you know, the arts are a very meager field, and I think you have to go in with open eyes. And even if you are a successful YouTuber, your information videos, your videos that provide a service about particular brands, reviews, that kind of thing, are going to generate more views, because that's what people are on YouTube for, to sort of learn and get tips on things they're either doing or buying. Far less people go on there and peruse for cool, groovy songwriters or you know, interesting music videos from unknown indie artists. So yeah, this is the battle that we all, you know, have to engage in. It's a theme we've been across in this channel before, but it was an interesting reminder that people far more successful on YouTube than I still feel the sting of the lack of support for their creative endeavors and how little it pays off, either financially or even just in terms of acclaim. But that's the way it is. We have a saturated market. Everyone can put books, albums, artwork, photographs out at any time of day now, thanks to the digital age. So whenever you do anything creative, you're already competing with thousands of other people that have done the same that day. And it's hard to drive interest. No matter how good or bad it is, it's hard to really get the ball rolling in terms of high hit counts and things like that. So I think you're better equipped if you build up your channel to with a lot of subscribers, and they're more liable to click on creative content and give it a chance than you are, say, somebody with a low amount of subscribers. So yeah, a lot of these people are doing the right things. They're trying to build up their channels. They're building Patreon accounts, things like that. But it is meager. It is very meager. And I would say that the people that make tons and tons of money on YouTube, you know, the people that run Arsenal Fan TV and, you know, all those top sports channels and, you know, buying channels and review channels, those are the people that tend to probably make, you know, the ones that own mansions and various cars. It's more informational content that they are involved in that allows them to make good revenue. I would say less so for creative content creating, unless you're already quite famous to begin with. So yeah, that's my take on that. It's a constant struggle. Sometimes it gets you down. Sometimes you just learn to accept that being an artist is doing something for the love of it and not getting caught up too much in the whole acclaim thing. The sun's going to burn out and all this will be forgotten anyway. I'm a fatalist. All right, folks. See you next time.